Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. This one should hopefully be kind of a quick one. We have something that we've been shown. This is for item filter. This is basically GGG saying this is every single item that we just added to the game and removed and renamed. This is to help pretty much Neversink, the guy who makes all the filters on Filterblade and who basically integrates his filters with GGG and works with them to make them to make item filters. So let's go through removed and renamed first because those are really small, but there are some secrets that we can uncover in the new items. So removed item, omen of recombination. That's it. The recombinator's gone, the omen of recombination is gone. That's it. Renamed items, these are these. If you want to pause, if you care, do that. This is where the meat and potatoes are. Now, let me just find where the meat and potatoes are, because some of this just like honestly means nothing to me at the moment. Some of this stuff I'm not exactly even sure what it is, but here we get to some of the liquids. These are all the new different concentrated liquids that are being added. All of the stuff is supposed to make new notables, new instills that we've never seen before that actually aren't even on the passive tree. Also, all of the instills now are able to go on to amulets not amulets, sorry, but yes, amulets with the instills. But they also are basically essences now for jewels. So jewels can basically be essenced with potent emotions. So this is with any emotions. So all of that is very, very cool. So there's a bunch of new ones there. Verisium, we see exceptional Verisium. This is basically like the new currency in the new league, and you can use this to buff your items and up your uniques. Basically adding whatever it's called, runic ward to your items. Also, here we have a bunch of alloys. We were talking about that. I mean, here's some crests. Not exactly sure what that means. Hard to take from that. Ores. Here we go. Fluxes. Now this is something interesting. Blazing flux is something that you should be able to use on a piece of gear that turns cold or lightning or maybe even chaos resistance into fire resistance. Chilling would be the same, but for cold resistance. Crackling would be the same, but for lightning resistance. And then void. Very, very interesting. I think this is something we're uncovering here. This will probably be, if it is what we think it is, extremely, extremely rare. This is probably what we can all assume, chaos resistance. Now, we weren't sure that this one would come in because in the video he said elemental. So we were assuming just the blazing, chilling, and crackling. But with the void, that seems very obviously, changing a resistance to a chaos resistance, which means that this has to be extremely, extremely rare and will probably sell for quite a good bit on the trade. Next up, we have skill gems. These must be just like the new Kalgarian skill gems, new support gems. Now, obviously, I don't think all of these are going to be the Kalgarian. I think some of these are just like, we know they aren't because we have Minion Splash 1 and Minion Splash 2, which are not Kalgarian skill gems, but they are basically, you put them on a melee minion, and it will basically add its attacks will deal AoE damage, which is very, very cool. So I wonder what some of these other ones do. Hopefully not all of these are also Kalgarian ones. They are just new options for us to edit our skills currently, and hopefully that we can uncover some new build possibilities using these. Item class augment. Now they're adding, what we can learn from this is that they're adding a new type of rune. Perfect. So right now we have lesser, and then it'd be like a lesser mind rune, greater mind rune, and now perfect runes. Very interesting. I'm wondering what these will be, if these are going to be basically like super late game ones. I would assume that they are. I wonder how you're going to craft them. It's possible that this is only available at the highest end of the new league mechanic. That would be my guess. But these are going to be probably extremely valuable. It's going to be pretty cool to see what they do. We also have Masterwork Rune. I'm not exactly sure what that is. I know they've talked about it. Like, I swear I've heard that a few times from the devs, but I'm not exactly sure what the context of that is and what it adds. Next up, we have new idols. We're getting new idols in the game. Pretty cool. Not exactly sure what the emergent is. Not sure what this carved stuff is, or even touch shard. Lesser ward rune and a ward rune and greater ward rune and perfect ward rune. So I guess this is just a new rune. And we're getting, I would assume this is this has to be runic ward, right? This adds runic ward in the form of a rune. And maybe this is like the late game thoughts of like someone who doesn't want to upgrade their gear with runic ward because they don't want it to take away from the armor that the whatever armor, evasion, energy shield that the armor piece gives. In the late game, whenever you put runic ward on it, it's going to take a little bit of that away. So I wonder if this is like a good thing to farm. Very, very valuable, I would assume, to, give yourself some runic ward, but not take away from the defenses on your items. That'd be very cool. They're adding charging runes. I'm not exactly sure what these are. We'll just have to see. Oh, wait, this is interesting. So we have the ward runes up here, but we also have warding rune of with a bunch of this. I wonder what this is. Maybe this is like whenever you put it on a piece of gear that has runic ward, it gives you a benefit based off of how much runic ward is on that armor piece. That would be very, very cool. That's what I'm going to assume. I mean, I shouldn't make assumptions. That is what I'm kind of theory crafting in my brain right now, is for what that could be. Passion, breath, ire, and betrayer of Alder. Oh, I can't remember, like, what are the ires? What are the breaths? What are the passion? I can't remember what those are. I'm sorry, guys. Ancient rune, some more runes. Ancient rune of this and that. Rune. Okay, so we get. Are those the same thing? Is there a vitality? No. Okay, so I was wondering if there were like two different tiers, but because I saw rune of vitality, so is there an ancient rune of vitality? It doesn't seem like there are. So these are just different names of new runes that they're adding. Thrud's Might. Let's go, Thrud. I'm not exactly positive what these are, but sounds pretty cool. Legacy of... Oh, there's a lot of these. These must be the new... we can kind of check here. Oh, they're adding a new Mjolnir. Wanderlust. Okay, yes, these are the uniques. So, the legacy of runes are the ones that can take modifiers off uniques, and then you can then put that rune onto something else. Which, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I actually have a tweet saved from Fubgun that shows apparently something really that could be really cool from for bow builds. Of course, there's going to be something insane for bow builds going on. Item class map fragments. So 4 different new kinds of map fragments on. Now, just by the name of this, Raven's Reflection, I would assume that's something mirror, like that's like a new Delirium type of map fragments. Breach Lord, so I would assume this is like a Breach map fragment. Head of the King map fragment, and this must be what I wonder if this is what gets you into the Head of the King. That's what gets you into the pinnacle boss, right? The second pinnacle. So the big pinnacle of the different league mechanics. Okay, so that's what that must be. Pinnacle keys, Call of the Shadows. I would assume that's what you use to fight the new one. So it's like the Arbiter of Ash had his pinnacle key. Now Call of Shadows must be the brand new Super Arbiter pinnacle key, because there's only one. So that's what I would assume. So we're getting some new omens, which is pretty cool. I guess some of these are like names from people from PoE 1. Medved, Alder, Varana, Ultras, Oroth, Olroth, yeah. Item class rings. Okay, so these are all the new ring base types that are being added with Breach. We saw some of these. We were told that 8 were being added. Oh, there's actually 9 here. Interesting. So I'm wondering what or the other one came from. Or maybe it was 9. Maybe 9 are coming with Breach, but I thought it was 8. So we'll see. We'll see. Item class amulets. There's new amulet bases as well coming with Breach. We knew that. Item class two-handed maces. Okay, so there's a new mace base. Is that what these are? Oh, Tarthian cannon for crowbills, for crossbows. Wow. Wait, this is gonna be crazy. There's a lot more new base types for weapons than what we knew were coming to the game. Very interesting. Because I mean, I'm assuming that's what all these are, because Tarthian cannon is the one that they did show us as the base type that turns off basically you being able to use different ammo types, and basically says that, hey, your cannon or your crossbow is now just a noob tube. A grenade launcher, if you don't know what that is, I don't know. Can I talk in that slang? I don't know. Probably. But yeah, so they must be adding new base types to like almost every weapon, which is really cool. Oh, even more than just weapons. There's helmets, boots, and gloves coming. Nice. Very cool. Very cool. I'm excited to see what those new base types do. Item class body armors. Oh, four new body armors. Item class expedition logbook. Yep, we knew that. That's how you actually sail the ocean blue. Item class belts. 4 new belts. Another tower shield. Item class targes. Okay, another targe, I guess. Item class tablet. So we had a temple precursor tablet. Is that what you do to get into temple? Yeah, because I completely forgot. Because Vault Temple is going core, so this is the precursor tablet that you can use on temple. So it'd be like temple tablet of the Dilly Dally. Whenever you get into maps, you get offered a Vault Temple shrine, one of the 6 shrines that you need to go into to open up Vault Temple and build it there. And when you go in there, you dilly dally a little bit. Like that's an example there. And then item class womb gifts. So here are the different womb gifts. We got a lavish ornate. I mean, obviously this is a signet, probably be ring, right? Or banded would be ring. Guys, whatever. This is the womb gifts for belts, rings, necklaces, and currency. And I'm not exactly sure what the other one is. I don't know. Maybe, am I forgetting something? Currency and the jewelry. So I don't know what I'm missing. But that is what that is. Other than that, that looks like about all I can think of, maybe, that we can discover here. Anything else would have to be someone who's like extremely knowledgeable, because I feel like I kind of was able to break down most of these, right? We got the fluxes, got different keys. We got the confirmation of new base types, more support gems, new tier of augments, all the different unique items that can be affected by the taking of modifiers, new map fragments, new pinnacle key for the new pinnacle boss, the womb gifts, the Vault Temple precursor tablet. I feel like we got everything from here. And then so bows might be absolutely insane this patch. This is from PubGun, by the way. If you're I realize that if you're not watching the video, you didn't get to see what I just did. I clicked on the next tab. Bows might be insanely insane this patch. New info confirms we can steal the ironbound bow modifiers. Of course, it could be changed. This means that we can steal return projectiles from bow builds, which is 2x damage. Not a lot of info on how this fully works, but this room will be OP. So he was talking about Legacy of Ironbound. I forgot about that whenever I was going over it. And then this is the Ironbound Warden bow. So arrows return if they have pierced the target, which add fully broken armor. Hits with this weapon have 1 to 4 added physical damage per 1% block chance. Okay, increased block chance. Okay. So very interesting. I mean, honestly, I'd be down just to take the 9% attack speed, because that's already better than the one attack speed idol that we have in the game, right? We also can't have multiple of the same idol, multiple of the same socketable. That was a change they made in 0.4, because in 0.3, people were stacking those like 3 idols on your gloves and giving yourself like 50% attack speed because it had 8% attack speed. And then you could get gloves that like have increased effectiveness of the runes. It was crazy. I mean, I literally have a pair of gloves like that I could show you guys right now, but I won't waste the time. On my LA Deadeye from 0.3. Anyway, super excited for 0.5. Did a little bit of digging here in the notes for the item filters. So hopefully you all enjoyed. Hopefully you all are having fun uncovering this stuff with me. Subscribe if you would like to see more. Like the video. Comment down below what you're most excited for going into 0.5, maybe even specific to this video. What new rune are you excited to see? What new possibilities are you excited to see from these new socketables? Are you excited about Vol Temple going core and being able to make, see the different Vol precursor tablets and those effects that they're adding? It's going to be a lot of fun. 0.5 is going to be lit. Going to be playing a shit ton of it on stream and making tons more videos of it even after it goes live. Got another episode of the Simply Divine podcast probably coming out within the next week, hopefully before it drops, maybe on the day that it drops. Could be. We'll see. But thank you all for sticking around, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Later.